Wow. First time I've seen the crowd. It's impressive. Thank you. I'm going to read from the Gospel. I'm going to read from John 14. Do not let your hearts be troubled. Trust in God. Trust also in me. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I am going there to prepare a place for you. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come back and take you to be with me, that you also may be where I am. You know the way to the place where I am going. I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. I will not leave you as orphans. I will come to you. My command is this: love each other as I have loved you. You will grieve, but your grief will turn to joy. A woman giving birth to a child has pain because her time has come. But when her baby is born, she forgets the anguish because of her joy, that a child is born into the world. So with you, now is your time of grief, but I will see you again. And you will rejoice, and no one will take away your joy. In that day you will no longer ask me anything. I have told you these things, so that in me you may have peace. In this world you will have trouble, but take heart. I am the resurrection and the life. I have overcome the world.
Amen.
We're here to celebrate your life, Amanda, but I'm afraid most of our thoughts right now are on the life that was missed. We lost you way too soon. So today we honor you, but also treat our wounds. There was so much about your life that was vibrant, exciting, and fun, and recollections for me are easy to find. My earliest recollection that stands out was when you were about 2 years old. We had moved to Illinois from California and lived in a small eightplex on base. In our home in California, before you were born, we had planted some strawberry plants in our backyard on a small hillside. They flourished, and we ended up with tons of strawberries, and they were delicious, and we enjoyed every one of them. So when we moved to Illinois, we decided, well, we'll try that again. We decided to plant some plants in our small backyard in Illinois, and they grew okay, but they didn't flourish like they did in California. So we were anxious to get any strawberry we could get from our meager little crop in Illinois. As a result, we pretty well knew where every strawberry was in every plant. We kept track of them, and as they matured, we noticed one by one that they were disappearing. After a little detective work, we discovered that you, Amanda, were harvesting them yourself and eating them on the spot as soon as they showed any sign of pinkness. I don't think of any of the rest of us ever got a single strawberry. About the same time in Illinois, while your Grandma Martha was visiting for Christmas, you were acting up. You were jumping up and down on the sofa. Grandma was watching, wanting to see what was going to happen. I reprimanded you, shaking my finger and saying, no, no, no. You kept jumping, responded, and shook your finger and said, no, 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 right back at me. Grandma thought it was great. I, on the other hand, wasn't that impressed. Our 8 years in the Philippines together seemed to be a special time. Although Matt and Susan worked with us for some of that time, we had some memories that were very special, and you've heard some of them already from some of our friends, or some of Amanda's friends in the Philippines. There was the hog, the happening on the green, where you didn't dare ride on the rides because you weren't sure if they were going to fall apart or not. You and your sisters and Andrew having such freedom in a safe environment with your friends and being able to move around the base freely. Great school experiences, helping your mom with Kids for Christ, living at the O Club pool and pizzeria, going to Mongolian barbecue and Mongolian crackers. And then the already mentioned great experience with Billy Joel. There's some pictures back there, and I think everyone in that picture is here, except Amanda. And of course, the grand finale, the 7.9 magnitude earthquake that we went through, and then waiting for Mount Pinatubo to explode right behind our house, about 7 miles away. So we decided to leave the Philippines. There's one experience in your life, Amanda, that I fail to recognize as being so significant. It's your involvement in Young Life. I knew that you enjoyed it and made many friends there. But what I missed was the impact that you had on those girls, on so many of those young girls' lives. We've heard already some of that. Only now at the end, when I read in the Caring Bridge, the comments from those girls, did I see how strong you practiced your faith, where it counted, with people who look to you as a leader and a friend. It is a legacy that is serving you well now. While you were always a smart girl, you had moments of less than brilliant moves. One we as a family, or most of us, will never forget is when you were in your late teen years and you were into street skating for exercise. So one day you put on your inline skates and decided to take Mac for a walk. For those of you who don't know Mac, he was a 100-pound German Shepherd. So you put on his 25-foot retractable leash attached to his collar and headed out for your rolling stroll. Mac was not used to the skates. And when he heard the noise of them behind him, he decided to get away from them. So you went from 0 to 60 in about 3 seconds, screaming and holding on for dear life. It was really an amazing sight. You headed to the nearest lawn and bailed out as quickly as possible. Luckily, Mac was okay. Much to the dismay of the rest of our family, you and I shared a common bond. We've already heard about it. We were cruise nuts. Through a group we met online with the self-imposed label of Ship of Fools, planning cruises with total strangers, taking those cruises, and eventually becoming close friends to many of those ships of fools. Those friendships remained through your illness with numerous acts of kindness towards you. You and I and Addison joined them for a special cruise across the Atlantic to celebrate our first treatments for cancer. The Cancer Sucks hat, which is back there somewhere, you wore on that cruise as you waited for your hair to return said it all. Many of those fools have come here today, and we really appreciate that. And just the other day, they sent us over $3,000 as a contribution to Addison's future. Amanda, you will always be a fool. My final recollection I wish to share is a bittersweet, simple, and yet meaningful to your mom and me. As your illness took its toll, we were blessed by you coming to our house each day and resting on the couch. I will never forget the image of you lying there, Mom rubbing your feet for hours with lotion, and the peaceful quiet as you faced your earthly ending so bravely and with such perfect dignity. We hated what you were dealing with, but cherished forever the moments, alone, quiet, Addison playing by your side, and you at peace with your future. So unfair, but so beautiful. Pictures can't capture those moments that our hearts have. So many memories. At night here in Harmony, we have very dark skies. On a clear night, the stars are so bright. Every now and then, as I stare at them, I am blessed by a streak of light shooting across the sky. It comes and goes so fast. It is so brilliant in its short life. So the only response when it's gone is, wow. Short-lived, brilliant, and so bright. Amanda, you are our shooting star. You went across our sky way too fast. It was over way too soon. But wow, I love you.